great name of Allah Almighty, who is most merciful and kind. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Ramiz Raja Bycast Tukdo and I am a student of BS English and Literature at Senior University Campus Larkala. Today I will discuss on video presentation topics of philosophy. The topics are the Ionics, Thales, Anaxiom and Anaxiomats. First of all, I want to share what is philosophy. The term philosophy means love of wisdom. In a broad sense, philosophy is activity people undertake when they seek to understand fundamental truths about themselves, the world in which they live, and their relationships to the world and to each other. As an academic discipline, philosophy is much the same. Those who study philosophy are perpetually engaged in asking, answering, and arguing for their answer to life. Now the Ionics, the earlier Greek philosophers belonged to what in after time come to be called the Ionic school. The Ionic school of pre-Socrates philosophy was centered in Miletus. The Ionic school includes such thinkers as Thales, Anaxiom and Anaxiomens, all were men of Ionia. Now Thales of Miletus. Thales of Miletus is generally accounted the founder and father of all philosophy. He was born about 550 BC. He was Greek mathematician, astronomer and pre-Socratic philosopher from Miletus in Ionia, Asia Minor. He was famous in antiquity for his mathematical and astronomical learning and sagacity and wisdom. He is included in all accounts of seven sages in unhistorical, but the fact that the lists their names differ considerably as given by different, whereas the name of Thales appears in all. He was the founder of Milesian School of Natural Philosophy and the teacher of Anaximander. He was perhaps the first subscriber to materialist and naturalism, trying to define the substance of which all material objects were composed, which he identified as water. He explained earthquakes, for example, by hypothesizing that the earth floats on water and that the earthquakes occur when the earth is rocked by waves. His most famous belief was his cosmological doctrine that water was the first principle, roughly equivalent to Anaximander. Later idea that everything in the world was composed of air. He exclaimed that the water was the origin of all things, that from which all things emerge and to which they return, and moreover, that all things ultimately are water. He probably drew this conclusion from seeing moist substance turned into air, slime and earth, and he clearly viewed the earth as solidifying from the water on which it floated and which surrounded it. While considering the effects of magnetism and static electricity, he concluded that the power to move other things without the mover itself changing was a characteristic of life, so that a magnet and amber must therefore be alive in some way, in that they have animation or the power to act. If so, he argued, there is no difference between the living and the dead. If all things were alive, they must also have souls or divinities, a natural belief of his time, and the end result of this argument was an almost total removal of mind from substance, opening the door to an innovative, non-divine principle of action. Anaximander, the next philosopher of Ionic school. He was born about 611 BC and died in 547. He was inhabitant of Miletus. He was younger contemporary of Thales. He was born at the time that Thales was flourishing. That Thales was flourishing. He was the first Greek to write the first treatise. Anaximander, Greek philosopher who was the first to develop a cosmology or systematic philosophical view of the world. Anaximander is said to have been a pupil or associate of the Greek philosopher Thales of Miletus and to have written about astronomy, geography, and the nature of things in his thinking about Earth. He regarded the inhabited portion as flat, consisting of the top face of a cylinder, whose thickness is one-third its diameter. He held that the sun and the moon are hollow rings filled with fire. These disks are vents or holes in the rings through which the fire can shine. The phases of the moon as well as eclipses of the sun and the moon are due to the vents closing up. Anaximander held an evolutionary view of living things. The first creatures originated from the moist element by evaporation. Man originated from some other kind of animals such as fish. Anaximander also discussed the causes of meteorological phenomena such as wind, rain, and lightning. Anaximander, like two previous thinkers, he was also an inhabitant of Miletus. He was born about 588 BC and died about 524. He wrote a treatise of small fragment, still remains. He agreed with Thales and Anaximander that the first principle of universe is material. Thales had declared it to be water. Anaximander named air as first principle, is constantly in motion and has the power of motion. This motion brought about development of universe from air. Anaximander named the two process of number one rarefaction, number two condensation. Rarefaction is the same thing as heat and condensation. The world revolves again in course of time into the primal air. Anaximander considered the earth to be a flat disk floating upon air. The origin of air theory of Anaximander seems to have been suggested to him by the fact that air in the form of breath is a principle of life. Condensation would result in compressing more matter into the same volume. Rarefaction would give the opposite process. Anaximander of Miletus, Greek philosopher of nature and one of three thinkers of Miletus, traditionally considered to be the first philosopher in the Western world. Thales held that water is the basic building block of all matter, whereas Anaximander chose to call the essential substance the unlimited. Anaximander proposed air as the first cause from which all these comes, differing from Thales, who claimed water was the source of all things, or Anaximander, who cited the boundless infinite. To the Greeks of the time, air was comparable to soul, and just as one's breath gave an individual life, so air, Anaximander claimed, gave life to all observable phenomena. Anaximander substituted mist, vapor, air for his choices. His writing, which survived into the Hellenistic age, no longer exists except in passages in the works of later authors. Consequently, interpretation of his beliefs are frequently in conflict. It is clear, however, that he believed in degrees of condensation of moisture that corresponded to the densities of various types of matter when most evenly distributed by condensation, it becomes visible. First as mist or cloud, then as water, and finally as solid metals such as earth or stones. If further rarefied, it turns thus hardness and dryness typify rarity, whereas coldness and wetness are related to denser matter. Thank you guys for watching my philosophy video.